Good morning, sunshine. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. How are you today? So, I think I've done a reading for you before, so I won't go into my whole deal. Just don't forget it's not an exact science. So sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit. He will not give me all the details, just enough so you know what he's talking about. Details are none of my business. And he's going to tell you what you need to know, maybe not always what you want to know. So anyway, let's get to talking to your dad and see what he has to say. And I will say, but before I started this, when I clicked on his picture, the this part of both of my ears, and usually they only mess with one of them at a time, but both of them, and they've done it 2 or 3 times, where it feels where it's tickling. It's tickling like, like I want to go like this, like so. Know that when you feel that, because anything they do to me when I'm getting ready, when I'm doing a reading or getting ready to do a reading, is something that they either have done or are going to do to you, trying to get your attention. So know when you got both of them tickling right there on the edge, make sure you validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Just let him know that you know that he's there, and he is watching out for you. He's he actually, like when you're sleeping and you're laying on your side, he actually kind of smooths your hair. Smooth. They seem to love hair. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's easy for, you know they're pure energy. They don't have hands like we do, but it's harder for them to move like a big object, like a big chunk of concrete or something like that. But the hair is easy. So he said you've had dreams about him. So if you haven't had a dream about him stroking your hair back and just sitting there on the side of your bed, you will. You will. Now, I don't know if this is actually when you were laying on your bed, or it could have been anywhere. But this is the way he's showing it right now. You're laying there, and it could be that you felt, him smoothing your hair back or something, and you kind of turned to look like you felt your, I'm pretty sure it was in your house. Could have been way more than once. But you turned to look because you felt like somebody was there. And it scared you just a little bit because, and I just had that happen this morning. I felt somebody walking behind me. Don't know who it was. They're not allowed in my house unless they announce. But, so it kind of scared me because they're not supposed to surprise me unless they come in and have something to say. Anyway, that's my story. So it's that kind of thing, where you feel somebody walk up and then you turn around and there's nobody there. So he, okay. So you have turned around, and you're going to also turn around to look because you feel like somebody's there and you don't see anything. Trust that feeling. Trust that feeling. And sometimes it can be scary because you go, I'm creeped out right now. You'll know when it's good. It won't scare you. It'll only scare you because it's I don't want to say it. He's wanting me to explain, and I don't even know what I'm babbling. Because it's kind of an unknown feeling, that you're going to start feeling it more. You're going to feel him. If you're not already feeling him, you're going to. So trust that that is him, and ask him when he does that. Okay, show me give me some kind of confirmation. So I don't know, you could hear his name on the radio or see something on Facebook that reminds you of him, and he keeps showing me a camper. He keeps showing me a camper. And I think he did this in the last video, I think, and maybe even one before. It seems like I've done a couple of them with him. And I said, okay, we're not going to do the camper this time. Well, he's showing me a camper. All right. They know best. It's their show. I let them do whatever they want. So he's got trying to see why he's showing me. See if he shows me something different than before. I let them do whatever they want within reason. He just feels peaceful there. It's like his happy spot, his go-to spot, his outside in the air, by the water, away from the daily chore of life. Kick back in a chair. These are the things he's saying. So I don't know if you guys camp, but if you do, know that he's going to be there with you. He says it's peaceful. It's peaceful. And it was peaceful for him when he did it. So evidently he camped. Because he keeps bringing up the camper. He's tickling my ear again. He's mentioning a female with an H name, like Haley or Holly or something. Oh, so better make sure it's not your name. See if you'll tell me why he's mentioning this name. Whoever it is, he's calling her a star. He's not saying any more about that. Okay, now he's impatiently tapping his foot. Just one foot. He's impatiently tapping a foot. And he says he loves the name Briar. And then he goes like this. Close to his heart. Will be special. Happy. Will break the cycle. Things will be different. In a good way. Time for a change. In the circle. I think he's in the circle felt like family circle. Then he says something about the circle of life. Sorry, I think I'm getting a little hoarse. Then he said something about the circle of life. But that was like two different circles, it's like the circle of life was kind of like this away, and the circle of family was this away when he showed it. No, I don't know where he went. Hang on. Okay, he's showing me a large black dog. I have no clue what kind of dog this is. Large. It's like a Labrador size, except for, and I want to call it some kind of a Labrador Retriever or something, but it's Labrador size, but not the really short, slick hair like a lab. It's got longer, more coarse, a little stiffer, a little longer hair to it anyway. It looks black. It could be just a dark one. And it's looking at him and wagging its tail. I can't tell if it's here or with him because it's kind of standing off in the distance, looking at him and just a slow wag on his tail. So the dog definitely sees him, but animals and small children can see them here too. I don't get the feeling that the dog is with him, so I don't know. If somebody has a dog like this, watch the dog. The dog definitely sees him, interacts with him, knows him. So if somebody has this dog, watch it too. Stare in a corner and you think nothing's there, or bark at something you, you think nothing's there. Maybe that's why my dog barks all the time. I'll look outside and there's nothing there. Well, sometimes they see things. Dogs are very psychic. Now he's going to a campfire and he's got marshmallows on a stick. Now he says special stick. He's got marshmallows by the campfire on a special stick. The end of the marshmallow's on fire. He blows it out. Of course, it's black. Not all black, just on the end of it. Don't know if that makes any difference. He's just really loving this camping thing. He mentions that somebody used to say something to him like, "Come on, step up, step up, step up to the plate. Let's get this done." Okay, he's coming back behind me, and well, I'm not going to stand up, but he puts his hands on the back part of my waist. What's he doing? Just right at my waistline on each side. So he's close, so they make my head itch. So you should feel this, and it's not going to feel like two hands. It'll feel like a little pressure, warmth, could feel like goosebumps, could even, if he tries hard enough, could even feel like pins sticking you. So if it does hurt, tell him to back off. Sometimes they don't understand. They try too hard. But for some reason, it'll be from behind. He's not saying why he's doing this. He's not being real talkative. See if we can get him pumped up here. I don't know if you do, but somebody's got a wooden front porch. And he's showing himself out there with what looks like cowboy boots. They're not work boots. So somebody has heard somebody walking on this wooden front porch outside. So just imagine because, if you hear somebody walking, I ask them not to creep people out, scare them. But if you hear somebody walking with slippers on or with work boots, that's a totally different sound. So imagine the sound of cowboy boots, and it won't probably won't be as loud as if somebody was really walking out there with cowboy boots, but it could be. So I don't know that this is your house. I'm asking for some signs that he's around. He's Yeah, he's showing you with a halo on your head. He said you should be wearing a halo. He says you were always his angel, always special to him, always with a lot of fire. He said maybe a little too much as you were growing up, but you were always special to him. Wouldn't it be nice if you could have total peace? And he's trying to help you find total peace after his leaving. He feels like, and maybe that's got something to do with him being on a porch. It feels like he's kind of standing back, like maybe he's not sure he's welcome. Maybe he's not sure he's forgiven. So this is totally up to you if you want to do it, but tell him you forgive him. Tell him he's welcome in your home. Because, when I go and cleanse houses or whatever, and I find grandparents or whatever in there, we decide whether to leave them there or not. Or we can tell them to leave. So he can also, I may not be explaining that right, but if he doesn't feel like he's welcome in your home, then that could keep him from coming in and doing some of these signs and things. So he can hear you. I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. So, and you don't have to say it out loud. We talk telepathically. He goes, that's right. That's right. So you don't have to say it out loud. You can say it anytime you want to in your head. Tell him you're welcome. Gosh, he's close. This itch like crazy when they're around. He just mentions a horse. He doesn't say why. My goodness. People are going to think I have head lice. I'm watching him walk through your house. He's going into your bathroom. Something to do with water running in the bathroom. So watch for in your bathroom, like the faucet might start turning on a little bit, or the shower might come on, the toilet might start running when nobody's around. Oh man, quit itching me. Something about water running, so that's going to be one of his signs. I don't think he's going to I don't think he'll go in there and turn the faucet on full blast, like when nobody's home and flood the place or anything, but it'll probably be more like a fast drip, where you think you turn it off and it turns back on. Okay, he's also been saying, he's still standing in the bathroom when he says it, so, but it doesn't have to be just in the bathroom. He's going, hello, 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 hello. So he's not coming up and doing it in your ear. It's like you hear it. You might hear it like when you're walking out of there or walking down the hall, or something like that, you might hear hello. You may not hear it that plain. Sometimes it takes a while for them to figure out how to make that happen. So it could sound like a kind of a muffled, somebody saying something muffled. When you hear this, because you will hear it, if you can't understand what the word is, tell them, I don't understand it. I can't, you need to slow it down or lower your vibration closer to mine, or, I mean, you don't even have to know all the terms and everything. Just say, I don't understand. Say it a little plainer. Keep trying. Hello? It's almost like he's echoing now. Hello, 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 hello. So he's done it quite a few times. And then he's showing again as you walk by, and he's showing he's in the bathroom. So I mean, he doesn't have to be just that room, but he's showing like you're walking by and you hear hello, and then you turn around, look behind you because you feel him. So even though he was on the porch and acted like he wasn't sure if he was welcome to come in, he has been in. They can go anywhere they want to. They usually try to respect the rules and wishes of people. He says, unless you get an obstinate one like Grandma. Don't know whose Grandma he's referring to, but very strong and ornery, and and doesn't take orders from anyone. So if that describes one of your grandmas or his grandma, he's not. I don't know if it's your grandma or his. Sounds like me. I'm not taking orders from anyone. That's kind of what she said. I'm not. I'll do what I want. So that grandma's there with him. I can't see her though. She's not showing up. She's got him by the arm. I still can't see her though, but she takes him around and makes him do what he needs to do. And believe me, when we get up there, there are things we need to do. They cleanse us, and we help with stuff, and we do different things. So, all right, he says there's also the smell of smoke, but it doesn't smell like cigarette, just plain cigarette smoke. So make sure anytime you get any of these signs that you validate him and tell him you love him, ask him to bring you more. He can hear you, I promise. He's hanging his head like in shame, like, and he's saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry I did this to you. I'm sorry. You are the light of my life. Because of this, I did not make you feel that way. It had nothing to do with you. Nothing. Nada. Zitch. Zip. Zero. To do with you. Being kind of jerky with his words today. He's talking about a peach pie or apple pie, some kind of a fruit pie cobbler thing. So I don't know if that was his favorite dish or if you just made one or you're getting ready to make one. He says there's a celebration coming up. He will be there. That's not associated to the pie, though, I don't think. Something's coming up. He will be there. And they go to the weddings and the graduations and the birthdays. They show up. They honestly do. They at least pop in and check things out. He's mentioning his buddy, and I think he mentioned it in the last video. His buddy. Don't know who his buddy is, but he's mentioning his buddy. So I don't know. He just wants his buddy to know he's around. I don't know which buddy. He's not saying right now. About a classic car. Classic car. I don't know what he means by classic car. I don't know if he means by antique. He's talking about an older car, classic. He's being very vague. I can't twist his arm. I can only tell you what he says. It's his show. I let him run it. He says, you're going to know he's around. You already know he's around. So he says, now maybe you will recognize the signs. And know that he loves you. And with that, he's going to leave. He's throwing rose petals on the ground. There's been a lot of them do that lately. Just the petal, not the whole rose, just the petal. So if you just happen to be walking along somewhere and there's a rose petal laying in front of you, or walking through the store, and even if it's fake, it doesn't matter. There's rose petal laying on the floor. Or he's going to say something and he stopped. Or you can see it on Facebook, movies, TV, doesn't matter. When you see just single rose petals, know that that's still a sign from your dad. It's truly that easy, and it really works that way. It does. Okay, he's waving, he's leaving. He says, I will be around. Show me that camper, and he says, breathe. Go. He says, go, breathe. Go outside and breathe. Go do the fresh air. Go breathe. It's good for the soul. Okay, he's leaving. Sorry. Spaced off there, I think. Okay, my dear, watch for those signs. Watch for the sounds and the smells. And tell him he's welcome in your home. Tell him he's welcome as much as he wants to, if that's what you want. Anyway, much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice.